Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, practicing Supreme Buddha's teaching, it is very beneficial for us or to all beings in this world, for their well-being, for happiness. Today, we're going to learn very simple, but very important, very meaningful sutta. This sutta explains us that what is the important to practice, what is the important to develop, and the result of it, or benefits of it, what we can get it from. So we're going to learn this sutta. This sutta's name is called Nidhikaṇḍasutta. Nidhi means money or wealth. Kanda means protecting it. Okay, Nidhikaṇḍa. So saving money, protecting wealth. Supreme Buddha mentioned or give the simile of that, and then he's teaching the Dhamma from it. It's a very simple sutta. Nothing is hard to do, nothing is hard to learn from this. But practicing it, it is a little bit hard. Yeah. Supreme Buddha mentioned, nidheti puriso. People, they keep wealth well hidden. Gambhire oda kantike. Gambhire, in deep in the earth, close to the water. Athe kiche samupanne atthaye me bhavisati. So having the thought that this wealth will be useful for when I needed it. Like we see that, the hidden treasure, so treasure hunt the people go. So how this is there? Because someone in previous time, someone may have lost, or someone has buried that wealth in their yard or any place that can be secured. So the person who secured it, he has something in his mind that why I need to save this, where I'm going to keep this. The pre-planning is needed. The Supreme Buddha says that people, they dig the hole close to the water and then they put their wealth, the gold coins or the money, jewelry, whatever the precious for them, which cannot get rotten or always be useful. Such a wealth, they put there. And the having thought, then when this money I will use, so Supreme Buddha mentioned a couple of examples. He says, Rajato Durutassa, when the king is punishing, not for our sin, but someone has said something to us or someone has blamed us, and that we are getting punished. So if you want to get free from them, then this wealth will be useful. Like, this all the time. In today's perspective, if we see, someone has protecting this wealth, where they do it, they keep it in the banks. They keep it in the safe, or they invest it in some place where it can be multiplied. Today is a little bit modern, It's not like that today. They can dig the hole. Even today also there are people who dig hole and then put all the money there. You know? So that can be useful. So when today is a government instead of the kings. So the government thing, if someone sue you or someone you did something or someone blamed you, and I have heard the bail money is very higher amount most of the time. So for that, asking from someone, what you do, you utilize your wealth, what you have, you know, or even your account is frozen, somewhere where we have stored the money, that can come help. So in the Buddha's time, the king was, so the many people, what they do, they blame someone else. And before the result, the king will capture these people or the settlement will be there. So placing that settlement or getting rid of that, overcoming that fear, overcoming of that problem, people utilize this wealth. So that will be helpful. So Rajatova Duruttasa, from the protection from king, this will be helpful. Chorato Piditasava, thieves or uh, the robbers when they come, from them to protect ourselves. Like if someone captured us, and they want ransom, how we will pay? If we have money, then we will do. So, chorato piritasava, when we need to get overcome of that difficulty, this money will be useful. In Buddha's time, that happened all the time. Most of time that happened. The people come, they uh, take people or wealthy people, and they ask money, pay us, either we're going to kill. And some of the time they are unable to pay in the cash. Some of the time they don't have money and they lose life. So having that thought in their mind before they place this wealth, so this wealth will be useful on the time being. Today also that is practical. Inasava pamukhaya, when there is a difficulties in the family, when there is a problems arise in the family, when there is needed time, that time it will be useful. Dubbi ke apadasua, when there is a dry out, when there is a famine, on that time, this wealth will be useful. Like when we see in some of the part of America, there is a tornadoes all the time comes, and it destroys the houses. So what the people started to do, they have the what it called underground one layer. So the most of they can save themselves. So when this tornado destroying the house, they are secured in their basement. So they keep some wealthy things, the important things they needed for that. They preserve there, So those time of when there is a famine, when there is a dry out, that time, like see the corona come, and majority of people were unable to work. Some of people were working from the work from home, but most of the people they don't have anything to do. And what they did, they utilized the money they have saved for a long, long time in their family. Utilize that. Who does not have that, who does not have saved the money, they suffer a lot. People were hungry for a long, long time. They did not have anything. But who has saved this money, it was useful for them. So, Supreme Buddha says, Dubbi ke apadasusa. When there is a famine, dry out time, this wealth can be useful. Etadattaya lokasmi nidhi nama nidhiyati. For such a purpose, for these things, to get overcome from the king or secure ourselves from the government things, then pay ransom to the thieves, not to get punished or get difficulties from them, or the time when the dry out comes or famine is there, or difficulties arise in the families. Suddenly someone dies from our family, you know, and then who is going to work now? So those kind of time. So the people, what they do, they save the money for tomorrow, and that money is called the Nidhikaṇḍa. That money is called the treasure. Now today we call. So it is safely secured, very deep it in the ground, close to by the water. So Supreme Buddha says, such a things people do. If we find out today also people do the same thing for the same purpose. Nothing has changed. That thing is there. Just some of the words has changed. The king has taken the government, or some of the facilities that there are. The thieves are still there. They are now well behaved, like utilizing suit, coat, and everything. So their gesture, their living has changed, but still that we have to pay. So people are securing money today also, utilizing different method. Supreme Buddha mentioned that tavasu nihito santo gambire oda kantike na sabbo sabbada eva tassana upakappati. Supreme Buddha says, the money which is well hidden underground, near to the water, it does not come helpful for all the time. Means every time, whenever you plan the treasure, it won't be useful for you. So what is the reason behind that? Supreme Buddha, Nidhiva Thana Chavati. Supreme Buddha says, the wealth what we have hidden, some of the time that we forgot the place where we are buried that. You may have noticed, the dogs, they have this nature. They gather the bones or something, they dig and they plant something, and they forgot some of the time where I have put that thing. Animals do the same thing. So many times they forgot. Even for us also, we do the same thing. Whatever the treasure for us, we store somewhere and we forgot. And we get that years and years later, like when we are cleaning attic or cleaning the different places, and we don't know that it was there. And all the memory rush, like our family album some of the time, with years and years later, we look at that. So what happened? We forgot where we have placed that thing. The Supreme Buddha says that we don't remember the place, but we have buried that treasure. Like some of the time, Buddha's time, usually people do outside of the home. No one will be there to steal that. So they make the markings, like this stone is the marking of there, or this tree is there. But with the time or with the some of the reason, this tree is rooted out. People take it out for the burning firewood, or some of the time the stones, it moved. So because of that, they forgot the place where they have buried the treasure. So Buddha says, Nidhiva Thana Chavati. So place where we have buried, we forget. Sanya Vasa Vimuhyati. So the first one, the Thana Chavati, it means it changes, shift the place, shift the ground. And Sanya Vasa Vimuhyati, it means we forgot where we have buried. So the thing is happens, underground, the ground is shifting time to time. And some of the time when they put it very deep, it moves when the earth is little bit shaken or a little bit moved. So the people, when they think of that, I have placed here, and it can move a little bit further. So they started to dig there and they don't find, and they say, oh, someone may have stolen already, and then let it go. So years and years later, and generations later, Some of us, like today, when they are digging their backyard, they find some treasure. They find something, oh, and they say, publish as in making growth of that, and saying, oh, we found this buried treasure. That. So it's still happening today. No? So old coins we find, the jewelry, some of that we find, it is because they forgot that time. So Nagava apanaminti yakkavapi haranti na. Then Supreme Buddha mentioned some of the time the spirited things or unseen beings, they capture this, or the great snakes, or they like this wealth, they acquired it. So because of that, that we are unable to take it, we forgot this place, this time, or this wealth is, we feel that it is destroyed. But it may, some of the time it may take from this different beings. Okay. Then Supreme Buddha say, Appiya vapidayada uddaranti apassato. Supreme Buddha says, when someone born into our family who has the nature to ruin everything, that time this wealth is destroyed. That time this wealth finishes. As we see in this world, it happens commonly. We have seen it so many times. People store from generations, and only one generation is needed to destroy everything. People are bringing, so like what we see today, earlier time, they were very wealthy. They had a huge lands and houses and everything. But when someone comes who is just spending money without any reason, enjoyment and that, without knowing anything, not earning anything, the wealth is finishes. In Buddha's time, there were people like that. Like one of the couple, they had a huge number of money. And because of that, their mother and father thought, my son he will have easy life. But he has some wrong ways to live. And he destroyed everything. He spent in amusement, he spent in drinking, drugs, and everything in Buddha's time also. And later on, then he and his wife become very poor. They were begging when the Buddha saw them. And then Buddha told, these things happen. Supreme Buddha says again, Yada punya kayo hoti sabbameva vinasati. And the day our merit runs out, when there is no merit remains in our life, then everything is finished. Supreme Buddha gave the same example, Supreme Buddha said same thing to these people. This Mahadana said, Supreme Buddha one day says, when they had the merit, they were wealthy, they had a lot of friends, they have everything they needed. But when they started to lose their money, no one was there close to them. Everyone left. When the merit is finished, it cannot be useful, means they cannot live the common life either. So the merit is a very important thing. Supreme Buddha says, Yada punya khayo hoti. The day we lose our merit, the day we finished our karma, and good karma, when the punya is finished, on that time, everything can be vanished. See, that happens. Even today, we can see the different places, different things. We can see that. As soon as our merit is finished, then we have to pass away. The healthy person loses his life. The perfect person loses everything what they have. And they may see the differences, because of some difficulties it like the tornadoes come, the tsunami, this kind of things comes, the famine, this kind of thing comes. But reason there may be the merit has been finished. The losses in business and everything is vanished because of that. Supreme Buddha says, this wealth, establishing this wealth, I can understand that. People are very frightened for future. We are also planned for our coming 10 years, 50 years, 10 or 50, up to that time of period. We have planned from since the birth. Our teacher told us, our parents told us, okay, learn well, study well, so you can have a good job. Then, when we are taking job, our parents and the financial planner told us, okay, save the money, buy house, invest in there. It will be useful. Hmm? And then they started to live their life. So whole life we have measured. Okay, this will happen. This time this will happen, and we have planned. But always this planning does not go well. Like if you invest in some companies, and if that company is bankrupt, no one can pay you back. Nothing. If you gave to your friends or someone who is really needed that time and they are unable to pay you back, but because of the relations, we don't ask the money from them. So even though this wealth, what we are say that it is hidden, well guarded, protected, it is not the thing that always comes help to us. Does not give help all the time. Supreme Buddha says some of the time it will be helpful, but there is another thing. That wealth, when you establish, that wealth, when you keep, it won't only just help you in this life, but this will come with you for the journey of samsara. For the longer time, it will be very helpful. And what is that? Supreme Buddha says, Yassa danena silena. In the form of generosity and the virtuous behavior, Sayyamena damena cha, to be restraining yourself or practicing meditation, developing your mind, Nidhi sunahito hoti, itya purisasava. That wealth is well established by the men and women, whoever practice this. These three things. What? Generosity, danena, practicing generosity, silena, practicing virtuous behavior, sanyamena damena cha, so restraining ourselves from doing wrong things, and concentrating, practicing meditation. This wealth, Supreme Buddha says, Nidhi sunihito hoti. This wealth is well protected, well established. This wealth. Supreme Buddha says another there. He had, what is the another ways to generate this? Cheti yang meja sangheva pokale ati thisuva. Supreme Buddha says, when you go to the worship pagodas, chaityas, stupas, you associate sangha, you serve them, or the members who visit your family. So relatives, when they visit our families, to help them, to make them happy. So, matari, pitari, chapi, ato jettam bhatari. So when you serve your mother and father, when you take care of your older people, when you take care of them, this is eso nidhi sunihito. This is the wealth, is well protected. Ajeyo anugamiko. It will be helpful. Whoever practice this. That is a beautifully Supreme Buddha mentioned. So he's saying practicing generosity, practicing virtuous behavior, and mindfulness, concentration, or correcting ourselves, preparing our mind, then worshipping stupas, serving the Sangha, helping the community of Sangha, then serving to our guest, then taking care of our mother and father, or the older people, or our elderly people, taking care of them. Supreme Buddha says, that is the well-established one. That is the well-thing is guarded. If you see, all the money may you have in this world, and in the final time, what you remember, how you acquired money, or what we were unable to do, what we are unable to do. If you have not take care of your mother and father, that regret will always there. Oh, when I had a chance, I had a money and everything, but I was little bit busy to doing different things. I was busy to doing different things, and I did not listen. I did not take care of my mother and father. Doesn't matter who the person is. They always have that regret. Does not matter it is in these Eastern countries or Asian countries. Even in the West also, people have that same tendency. We have prepared our mind that, okay, we don't need anything from our children. We don't need anything from them. We are well protected for ourselves. But still, every parent has this one wish that my kids should call me time to time. They come and visit me. I don't want money from them. I need the good words. That is the support. That is also Supreme Buddha says, taking care of parents. And if you did not have done that thing to your parents, don't we regret that? In that time, no wealth can give us happiness. Nothing. So we are vulnerable on that time. That's why the meditation helps. What we have already done something wrong doesn't matter. Matters now what is you are utilizing this moment for. So Supreme Buddha says, as you practice these good things, the wealth of merit, wealth of good karma is continuously protecting or securing, keeping safe. That Supreme Buddha has mentioned. Supreme Buddha says, Pahaya gamaniyesu etam adaya gacchati. So this wealth, everything is finished or something. This wealth will always follow you. The money won't come back. More money it won't follow with you. But the wealth of this good karma will always comes with you. See, when we passed away, what we take with us? The treasure? No. All the wealthy king and everything. See, thousands of years before, the pharaohs, they buried this treasure in their tombs. For what? For utilizing in the next life. What we are now searching and finding, is it well used? No. They were just there. Dead body is there. Everything is there. Nothing it is useful after them. But their consciousness where they have reborn, there what they have taken. Only the good karma. Only the karma they have taken with them. Good or bad, doesn't matter. All the karma they have taken. If they have taken with them the bad karma, they will be suffering. If they have collected the good karma, they will have happiness in wealth in their next time. So that wealth, it is really, really well established because it is coming behind them even in the next life. You see, when you have a good relationship with the community, when you have a good talk with them, any difficulties happens, who comes close to you? Neighbors, they immediately come and they ask what is happening. Any difficulties comes, on that time neighbor are there or the relatives. You have a good communication with them, good relationship with them. They are there in the harsh time. Money will not always be useful. But these things, that is Supreme Buddha is saying, Bhogale Atiti Suva, the guest who comes to your house, serving them, having good communication with them, that is helpful. Like, the neighbors, they watch each other's. They look at, oh, this person is not in house for 2 days. We should keep watch on them. So no one comes and steals from them. That things. People are helpful, taking care of, the outside the gardens or telling them, oh, we should do these things. Community service. These are good things. If the person is really good, people vouch for them. Oh, I know this person. He's not someone to do wrong things. So some of the bad conditions, they can be secured from them because of our good behavior. That thing we cannot buy from God. That thing we cannot. Yes, you can pay someone off, but still, when someone is needed there to watch for you, you will need your good behavior. And Supreme Buddha says, how you behave, how we act surrounding people, how we deal with others, that is the wealth we are protecting. That is the wealth we are earning and securing, saving for the next time, saving for the future purposes. So remember that. That is very, very important. Very, very important. I told you last time that one of our relatives never stole anything from, never take bribe from anyone. And when the promotion came, without any difficulty, she got that immediately. There were all the people were there to vouch for her. Okay, she's okay. You should promote her. That thing happened, and she was very happy. And I remember this sutta on that time. Or the Buddha says, this kind of wealth is there, which always be useful. So in this life, that is there. In the next life also, when some people born, their family's treasure changes immediately. When someone has done so many good things in their previous life, they have the huge amount of good karma. When they born in some families, whenever they come to this human world, they bring the wealth with them. You know? So good karma is very, very important. Even this thing happened with the Bodhisattva. In the Jatak stories, you will find there are so many stories that how the Bodhisattva has brought the good karma, and the result was there. In today's life also, we can find the same thing. You see, someone born in their family, and immediately how they were living is changed. Or suddenly their business took off. They earn money, well established now, because of this karma, this treasure what was buried. They have found it out now. The karma merits the good thing what they have accumulated. Then Supreme Buddha says, asadharana manye san achora harano nidhi. So this kind of wealth, which one? Generosity, guarding the precepts, practicing meditation, developing ourselves mentally, then helping others, taking care of mother and father. This all behavior, this good karma, nothing can be destroyed. This. No one can destroy this. If you have done something good, no your family member can come and take it from you. There is no destruction for them. Nothing can happen because it is well hidden, well protected. It can be destroyed only by ourselves. No one else has power to do that. Like now we are talked about this much wealth. We have to divide into the family members, or the bigger son, the eldest son will take the house, or he will take the business. This much of bank account will be for my daughter. That kind of, we do divide our property. But the good karma, what we have collected, can we divide that? No, we cannot. Can you say that my good nature and whatever the good name I have earned, my son will carry? No. For some of the time, even after passing away of us, or the wealthy people who has done a lot of good things, they have a good name. Their son, when they come, they get the respect because of their family member. But as soon as they understand the behavior of this next generation, they lose that respect. We have seen that in society. Their mother and father was well cherished people, But their kids, nothing. No one asks them how you are. Why? Because of behavior. So that wealth, nothing can be still. Supreme Buddha says, Achora harano nidhi. This wealth cannot be stealed by thieves. If someone come and then they started to rob, they can take your gold, they can take your jewelry, they can take your home, they can steal your car. But can they steal? Oh, you are a virtuous person. You have done so many good things. You have practiced so much generosity. Give that generosity to me. Can anyone steal? No one. It is secured. It is well stored. That thing Supreme Buddha said, no one can say. Kairat dhiro punyani yo nidhi anugamiko. The wise person, the dhir person, what he should do? He should collect this good karma. Kairat means doing it, practicing it. Pali word is kairat. Dhiro means wise person or the established one who has a patience, the patience person. Punyani. So this wise person who has patience, this person should collect or do these meritorious actions. Yonidhi anugamiko. This wealth will always follow him. This wealth will never destroy just because of the fire, just because of all the difficult things. This wealth is Es Deva Manusanam Sabba Kamadado Nidhi Yangya Deva Vipattinti Sabba Metena Lapati. Supreme Buddha says, even in the heavenly world, whatever the benefits you get, even the heavenly world, all the happiness, what we find, that is also is given by this good karma. This good karma. Can you secure, like now the people are buying the land in the moon, so because of the moon is now there is visible, but can they buy this land in the heavenly world? Can they ask, okay, someone make the reservation, someone do, I want to donate now and I will have in the next life? No one can buy that, but their good karma is something that will be helpful. So even all the happiness in the heavenly world, what we get, that is also the result of good karma. The Vimana Vattu, the book, the heavenly mansion, those are all mentioned by Supreme Buddha or the Mahamoggala Bhante whenever he visited the heavenly world, whatever he has seen. And there is clearly mentioned this good behavior, these good actions, what they have undertaken, those things are the reason they are in heavenly world. Yeah. No forgiveness will come there. No one is there to save you. There is no savior. We are our own. Supreme Buddha says, Attayantanon Natu. We are our own protector, Atta Sarana, Supreme Buddha says. No Ananta Sarana. We do not have to find sanctuary from someone else. We have to find a sanctuary in ourselves. That we have to learn. So this heavenly protection also is given by our own karma. Then Supreme Buddha says, Suvannata Surasata Susanthana Surupata. Supreme Buddha says the beauty, our goodness, then the establishment in our family, or all the serene features what we find, Adipacha Parivaru Sabbametena Labbati. So the entire family, all the people who is serving us, everything is come because of the good karma. That we have to remember. And that is true. That is true. When someone give the donation, the bhojan, the food, what we say, the food is given for the beauty. It will sustain our life. So in the result of that, we also get the life. We also get the strength. We also get the beauty. That is the result. So the Supreme Buddha says, Suvarnata, Susarata, Susarthana, Surupata. All this kind of beauty, everything, the bodily features, everything, even the family members, devotees, what we have, those are all sabba metena labbati. Everything comes because of this wealth of punya, wealth of merit, what the Buddha explains. Then, padesa rajjang issariyang chakkavati sukhampiyang. This meritorious action, what it does, it gives the ownership of land, or that person can become a king because of this karma. Even the well-turning monarch also is come in this world because of meritorious actions. Devarajjam pidibbesu, all the heavenly wealth, it also sabbhametena labbati. Everything is comes because of the good karma, because of the meritorious actions. Manusikaja sampatti, all the wealth in the human world, whatever the wealth we are seeking, like you want to build a house, you need the good family, you need the huge bank balance, you need the bigger cars, those all things, those the people think of as a wealth. So manasikaja sampatti, whatever the wealth in the human world, this will all come because of the good karma. Deva loke chayarati, heavenly world, whatever the amusing things comes to their life, whatever the happy thing comes there, it is also comes because of Yaja Nibbana Sampatti. Supreme Buddha says, even the enlightenment, even the realization of Four Noble Truths, even to go refuge to triple gem and follow this path will this also comes because of wealth of merit. Sabbhamete labbate. So the thing is, in short, the Buddha is explaining every desirable thing in this world, what you need, everything what you are hoping in this world, whatever your life you are building toward, like that we want our kids to be happy, we want our family to be well fed, well established, we need ourselves also to be very well and happy, not only just only this world, but we say wherever we born, this happiness should be there. Supreme Buddha says those things comes definitely, but enlightenment, the liberation, the highest pleasure, the highest happiness in this world, the happiness of liberation, it is also comes because of this good karma, because of this merit. Imagine what the monk's life is. What are they doing? They are continuously practicing generosity, continuously practicing virtue, continuously practicing mindfulness, meditation. For what? So they can walk on the path of enlightenment, eightfold path. They are serving their mother and father as a teacher, upajjhaya. They are taking care of their elderly monks. Those are all behavior. So they are doing outside of society and they are getting result of as an enlightenment. Same thing for the devotees also. You see, in Buddha's time, every devotee has these qualities. And because of that, they were happy. They did not feel that this today's difficulties is the problem. Because without problem, there is no life. Every time, suffering, the pain will come to our life. All the time. All the time. Pain will come. But how it will affect on us, we have to think of that. So, if we are able, we have prepared our mind by meditation, it won't bother us much. Yes, we are the being of forgetful nature. Like this huge crisis befall on us in a couple of years before, and today we are behaving that nothing is happened. If we are really aware of that, we can develop goodness in our heart. we can practice the good thing. We have to learn that. Then Supreme Buddha says, Mitta Sampada Magamma Yoni Sova Payuchanto Vidya Vimutti Vasibhava Sabbame the the wealth of friends, wealth of all the things we needed, the companionship, the knowledge, the liberation, and even the control of everything. It is also comes because of the good karma, because of this good karma. Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami. Supreme Buddha says the realization of different things or practicing for the Dhamma. So the benefits or the stages like first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, those things, or whatever the treasure we find in the path of enlightenment. Patisambhida vimukhacha. Those yaja savaka palam, to being enlightened, to attain the special places in the Supreme Buddha's dispensation, like Sariputta Bhante had, the wisest monk, like a Mahamoggala Bhante had, the foremost in psychic power. For the Kashyapa Bhante has, the foremost in the practicing the hardship, The Punna Bhante has the most beautiful teaching, elaboration of Dhamma, the beautiful voice some of the monk has. Anuruddha Bhante has the divine eye. Those are all the benefits that came. Or the realization of practicing for time to time for the enlightenment, Savak Panam. Those are everything come of the merits. Pacheka Bodhi, the self-enlightenment, when the Buddha's dispensation is not there, when no one hears the words of Buddha, there is no word in the Buddha in this world. In that time, someone attained the enlightenment, those person called Pacheka Buddha. That Pachek Buddhaship also comes because of this. Buddha Bhumi, the Supreme Buddha's enlightenment. It is also Sabbhametena Labhate. This is also everything comes because of merit. Evang Mahatthika Esa. That much beneficial, that much beautiful this thing is. Yadidam Punya Sampada. As you can name as the treasure of merit. Tasma Dhira Pasansanti Pandita Kata Punyatanti. Supreme Buddha says that the great, huge amount of the treasure of merit, which is well praised by the wise people, praised by the Pandit people, such a thing we should accumulate, such a thing we should do, we should collect in this very life. We should collect that in our life also. So this is called Nidhikaṇḍasutta. So to compare, are we collecting this merit? Are we having this good karma? We have to find it out. If we are collecting, then we are practicing the path. We are doing the thing which is well praised in this world. So remember, accumulate this karma every day. What karma? To practice generosity. Every day, make determination. Today, I will do something good. I will behave generous action. It's not about money. Generosity is not about money. How much you donate, how much you spend by physically, by mentally, even by wealth. Doesn't matter. So every day, I will practice generosity today and enjoy, rejoice in that generosity. Help someone, that is generous action. Taking care of someone, that is generous action. Then practicing virtue. Every day, every morning, say yourself, today I will finish this much work like we do. Today I will earn this much money like people make. So today I will protect my virtuous behavior in this much extent. I will be very careful to protect this and do it. Then Supreme Buddha mentioned, practicing meditation. Make the meditation part of your life. Meditation is not only just to close your eyes and just try it off. No, it is about to well train your mind so you can overcome the difficulties of life. Like if you have a nature to get angry immediately, and with the anger you do some destruction, if you get control that anger, nothing will happen. You can get calmed easily. You won't be burned. That is the preparation. So when the anger arises, you cannot do on that time anything. Before anger arrives, you have a strength, you have a power to overcome of that. That is called meditation. That is called power of meditation. Doing that, remembering, okay, not all the family members live together, but taking time. Doesn't matter how they are irritated. It's always we feel that mother and father, they are always irritated, always asking, have you eaten? Have you taken bath? Have you done these things? Or what is happening? What is going on in your life? All these questions sometimes kids feel irritated, or some of the time feel that look a little bit more invasion in our life. So that's why they avoid to talk with their family. Don't do that. Doesn't matter. Those are just words. They just want to know the kid what we have raised in this world is well and happy. So talk with them time to time. If you are able to spend time with them. It's okay. What we have done in our early life, when we are kids, we have thrown the foods all the time. We have kicked them all the time when they were feeding us. We have done so many horrible things on that time. But how they behave with us, they have compassion toward us. Always. So when they need that compassion, we should be providing them. As we take care of our kids, in the same way we should take care of our parents also, because they have done same thing. So in our busy schedule time, if you are unable to spend time with them, just give them a call, ask them, how are you? Even your relations, your family members, relatives, you should talk like that. Okay, once in a week, twice a week, if you do, it's okay. It's not very hard, and everyone has that much time. It will be a little bit diversion from your family trouble, So do that. Whoever comes, the guest at your home, serve them properly. That is important. So this good karma we should acquire. This good, because sharing good words with each other doesn't harm anyone. It's always good. So do that. It doesn't mean that open your house for every stranger, not like that, okay? It is only to well behave, well act, be happy, whatever you are doing in this life. And this good karma will follow us. That is the treasure, Supreme Buddha says, well established. Money can be stolen by the thieves, taken by anyone else. Family members can ruin that. But the good thing, what we have collected, we have done, no one can steal that. That thing will always follow. Like our shadows always stays with us. Dhammapada's first story, first second verse of Dhammapada, it says, the good things, the merit always follows, like our shadow follows us. In that way, it's not heavy. Our shadow is not heavy. It's not bothering us. It doesn't become obstacle, but it stays with us. Always stays with us. In the same way, the good karma is also will stay with us. So remember this sutta. It is really, really beautiful sutta. Relate this sutta with your life. What kind of future planning, the wealth, the modern wealth, what we have accumulated, the purpose of planning, what was that behind? Relating this dhamma to our current life, it is always beneficial. We hope that our kids will do the same thing. We hope that our family member, the next generation will also. So they can learn from us. If we are practicing in that way and we are happy, so they will follow these footsteps when they are established or well rooted. So may this sutta be helpful for you to practice the Dhamma in your life. May this sutta be helpful for you to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Supreme Buddha mentioned the karma give result in three ways. Okay. One karma is called instant result one. Ditta Dhamma Vedaniya Karma. So instant result you will get in this very life. Automatically you do something and immediately you get result of that. Like Ek Satak Brahmana in Buddha's time. Today also the people, they did something good and the reward what you are saying, that comes. So that is called instant result. Some of the time this result helpful for the next rebirth or the wealth follows in that life. Okay, so that. Then the third one is it is helpful when you attain the enlightenment in that life of time when you are like today, this wealth of Dhamma is very helpful. Like, see, you born in Indonesia for searching for the word, you came to this country where there is no religion was there and the Buddha's words not there, but you find your community, you are here, and what you are doing, you are practicing for Dhamma. So there are a lot of Indonesian people who come from that countries, from different countries, and how many are practicing Dhamma? You see, so this good karma is helping for the enlightenment also. And the immediate realization when it happens, that time also this karma gives result. So that is the one answer, how the karma gives result. Second one, the amount of karma they have collected. Like someone have shared only one spoon of handful of dana, so the result will be that much of number. Someone has praised some good things for the time being, they will reward it because of that. Someone has told the truth in that time of period, they will be well praised. But how much they have accumulated, that much the result will be. Like in the recent time of period, in India, there was one singer, very poor one, very poor lady. She was a singer, she was a street singer. On the railway station, she sings. So one of the singer found out that she has a beautiful melodious voice. They bring it to this Bollywood and they give her money and everything, the wealth. Immediately, suddenly, she was very popular. And because of her behavior and with the time, within 1 year, she lose everything. Everything. Now she was as bad as was before. Not that much. But these things happens because of what? The karma, what they have accumulated, it has expired it also. So what you accumulate, it gives result. But if you don't have the strength to keep it with you, it will wash away. So that happens. Then the different people accumulate different karma. Like in one family, there are 4 people and they are going to the temple and offering dana to the Bantes. Are these 4 people collecting the same amount of karma? No, it will be different. It will be different according to their mind. If the mother and father has a more generosity or shraddha, or the father, oh, no need, just this customary thing to go and donate, he will have that much amount. But the son will be very happy, oh, I am donating this to the Bantes. Then he will have more amount of punya in that moment. So the karma is divided in that way also. What you said that lottery, if they gain and they lose, it is about the regret once you have done the good karma. Like someone has donated something, like in the Corona time of period, who were practicing generosity before. When the time came, they did not have that much money on that with them. So people who started to say, see, you gave that money to them, now you don't have money to your son. And the regret come, oh, I should not have donated these things. I should not have done this good thing. I should not have done these things. So people do that thing. Even, when you offer something to the homeless person, there are people who regret of that too. Oh, I should not have donated that. Now I don't have anything. Anything good things happen, we should not have done that. Someone say, so after doing good thing, if there is a regret of that good, so the result will be, because of you have done merits, you will be happy. But you have regretted, so you won't be there to enjoy that wealth. So that is the answer. So that's why Supreme Buddha says the three places you should be established your, Pubbeva Sumanoti. Before the generosity, you should be happy. Before donating it, preparing your mind, I am going to donate, I am going to do these meritorious actions. I am doing this beautiful thing tomorrow. So preparing that. Why practicing? Uh, Dadam Chittam Prasadeti. When you are donating something, when you are practicing generosity, in that time you should be very happy. I am donating these things so the people may live well. I am donating these things so I may accumulate a good karma. I am giving this donation to them who is practicing the path of enlightenment. By that, the confidence increase. And then the last one, Dattva Attamanohoti. It means after giving, person is very happy. I have donated these things in that time. I am really pleased. I had a good chance to donate. Not like that regret, oh, I have wasted that thing in that day. Not like that. So these three things, if you well establish, the wealth you will enjoy very well. So the sum of the time when you get the instant money and you are unable to enjoy, it means you have regretted the karma, what you have accumulated in your time, what gives you this good result. That's only you can see.